Test, test. Okay, it should be working out, guys. Let me know if you can hear me now. Perfect. Apologies. So so Beat had some FDA clearance news. Doing my research on it right now. I'm in it because it has a decent float. Nice to see that. And kind of scaling into it, but it is pushing pretty hard right now. It is FDA clearance news, so I'm probably going to scale into it up until like 150. But like I said, FDA clearance news, fundamentally red company, cash need, high overall offering risk. $24 million float. Insider ownership 20%, institutional less than 1. So yeah, I like the play. Just started getting in a tad bit early, but that's all right. Man, it's still pushing. Pushing. Probably because it's FDA clearance news. Wow. Still pushing. I'm already in 3,000 shares too. So see if it gives back some here shortly, but it's still pushing. Playing it to 150. If it breaks 150, I'm probably gonna have to get out. Oh, actually, this is where the 200s are. Around 252, around 156. So this is where I'll add even more size. Okay, yeah, we're getting there. I'll add a bunch of size here.
Beat.
And I did. So it went right to those levels. Should have waited before I got any of my entries because that's where it wanted to fail at, I think. Or at least respond to. It might not fail here, but hopefully this is where it starts giving back some. There we go. Trimmed a little at VWAP at 133, I guess a little above VWAP. I was in the red. My average is 129. I got a terrible average. Got in too early, but if it starts giving back some here, I'll be all good. I'll be in the clear. There we go. So I'm trimming down some, but yeah, I got a little too excited. Got in early. Nice, 65% I mean, it's still up 65%. It's a nice pop. Do we get a flush? Does it bounce off VWAP? We will see. There we go. Come on. Hit breakdown. Man, I wish I would have waited for that entry. What a beautiful rejection off 150. Oh my gosh, this is a beauty. I'm holding. Well, I trimmed some at 121, but I'm holding my last 2,000. I got to 5,000 shares on this stupid thing because I got in too early. So if it breaks past 120, I think it's going down. But yeah, what a beautiful rejection off 150. That's kind of why I said that was the level I was going to play it up to. And then I saw the moving average is right above that. So this is going to be a tough little area to push past. Oh, there we go. Come on. Just keep falling. Be a good time for something else to take off right now. This thing could flush nasty. But again, it is FDA clearance. So Heartbeam receives FDA clearance for, are we still going down? Yeah. For first ever cable-free synthesized 12 lead ECG for at-home arrhythmia assessments. Oh, I saw a massive order on the ask. I bet we go down. Could be wrong, but it was triple digits. Let's see if it holds up. Yeah, 155,000 shares on the ask at 120. I'll be surprised if it breaks through that, and it looks like it's not going to. Now I'm seeing 139,000 at $1.19. I'm hoping this one loses momentum because the float's so big. Like people don't want to play. Like everybody's into these super nano floats lately. That's what's been pumping. This is playing out beautiful. Man, I just got in early, so my average was garbage, but beautiful, beautiful rejection there. And I'm trimming here and there. I'm down to 2,000 shares now, but I'm trying to hold some. But the thing is, it actually, FDA news sometimes holds up. That's probably why this one pumps so hard too, even though the float size is pretty big. Back above 120. Either they was spoofing or they ate through that big order we saw. Are you always using limit orders? Yeah, I'm just slapping the ass. or slapping the bid, slapping the ask, depending on if I'm getting in or getting out. But I also have orders too. So if the areas I want it to go to, again, this is very high risk. Be cautious doing this. Not financial advice, but I'll have orders set. So I had 2,000 orders waiting. I had one at 145 and one at 148. So if I have an idea where I think it's going to go and reject, I'll go ahead and have orders waiting there so I don't miss it. Here's the downside of that though. If it's a low float or if there's a pumper and he knows that's a resistance level and he buys a bunch or he pumps right then it can blow past it and then you're in a bind. So most traders look for weakness first. I'm a little different. I'm getting in where I want to get in at. So again, I'm not saying that's a good way to be, but that's just how I trade. Y'all know I'm honest with y'all. So I'll just have orders just waiting. But then if I want to get in quick, yeah, I'm just slapping on. So for example, like if I wanted to add 1,000 shares here, I would just, type in I have it saved where it's automatically at 1,000. And then I'll slap the bid. So if it's at 122 now, I'll just enter there. And if it's moving fast, I'll just do it a little bit lower to make sure I get a feel if I'm adding size. So I might do like, if it's at 122, I might type in 120. And that's one of the disadvantages of mobile, because I know on the desktop apps, you can have like bid +1 or bid +2 or whatever. You can't do that on the app. Or if you can, I don't know about it. They have a way you can set up hotkeys, so maybe you can do it that way, but hotkeys on mobile seems, I don't know, kind of seems dumb to me. In XDR. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, see, that's more energy drink. Yeah, I might end up missing this one being too slow. Oh, we got a big float. Oh, it's 800 million market cap. It's a little big for me, guys. I'm gonna sit this one out. Might flush, but I've been bending too many of my, again, not rules, because I don't have really any set hard rules that I meditate on or whatever, but I do prefer to not trade things that are 800 million market cap. I just don't have as good of a luck in the past with them flushing cleanly, but this one looks like it might. And again, those are just my rules. You don't have to copy them. I just noticed they just less likely to flush. They tend to keep pushing a little bit. A little frustrated that I got in so early on this one. I'm green and I've made money on it, but man, if I would have added because had to get into 5,000 shares to get the average I wanted. If I would have added 5,000 shares up here, it would be a little much better, but all good. So the things I like about this one: low insider ownership, big float. I like the market cap size. I don't like the news though. The news is decent. Just because it says FDA clearance, I don't think this device is game changing by any means, but I do think the news is okay. There we go. What a fail at VWAP. And I was trying to add at 126 too, because I was like, I don't think this is going to keep pushing. But I didn't get filled for whatever reason. And it's not a short sell restricted, so that's weird. But yeah, maybe this one will keep fading. What did NXDR do? You said you use trade ideas for your alerts. Can you talk about your filter criteria? Yeah. When I get out of this play, in between plays, I'll talk through it. But yeah, trade ideas, I tried a bunch of them. And I came to the conclusion I like trade ideas the best. But yeah, just a few, I'll talk about it. I feel like we're at a pivotal moment with BEAT. Does it flush? I'd like to see this candle make the next leg down. So let's see if it does. Meaning I want to see it drop below 112. Okay, and the stock tighten, got it. I'll talk through both those shortly. I just don't want this one to reverse on me, because if it pushes back to 130, I'm gonna add. Actually, I got some orders set. So I have an order set at 103. 500 shares at 103, 500 shares at 106 is my next covers. And then I'm going to hold the rest, see if they just keep dropping. But only in a couple thousand shares now. Because y'all know I play defense. So whenever I get in money, I get my size to a more appropriate size. So dang, this thing wants to push up here. I might wait to get in at 130. I might wait to see if it does a full retest. I don't think it's going to. All it needs is something to steal attention away from it, but we might not get that till 7:30. So I added a little at 129. Might regret that. And if it goes above that candle wick, I'm gonna just trim out of those shares. So if it gets to 134, I'm gonna trim out of those. And then just re-add them back at VWAP or at high a day. See what the 1 minute looks like on this one. I don't like the 1 minute. That's why I wanted to kind of make the next leg down, because I don't want the trend to make it look like it's about to start curling up. but still not really not concerned. But I just want this one to flush. The quicker they flush, the more excited I get, because the longer they hang around, the more I start getting convinced that they might make their next leg up. But we just need something else to move right now. These size floats tend to grind a bit. Yeah, at this size market cap, not, what's this, 34? Yeah, maybe some, but I still think we'll get a decent flush with it. But you're right, they grind more than the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million float for sure. I'm actually excited to see this size float, to be honest, though, because all these low floats have just been taken over. There we go. Come on. I want to see it break a new low. Did you buy all your locates at one time? How many? No. I buy them as I need them. Sometimes I buy a little extra in the beginning. Like, so for example, I bought 2,000 in the beginning here. And then I got up to 5,000. I just buy them as I need them. Because I didn't know I was going to enter 5,000 shares. 5,000 shares is because I had to manage the position because I got in too early. I'm not used to seeing 70, 80% pops, whatever this was. So when I identified where I thought it was going, that 150 level, I had a couple. Obviously, I added. So I got my first 1,000, then I did my first 1,000, then I did another, and then I was like, oh crap, I know where it's going, 150. So then I had 2,000 orders waiting here, but I got all the locates at different times. What was your average again on these? Trash, 129. That's why I probably should have just closed out while I was in the money. But again, I'm only in 2,000 shares now. So if it gets back up to 150, I'm adding all 3,000. So it'll get my average way up. But I'll just have to stay close to it, make sure it fails that level. If it breaks a new high, I'm probably just going to get out. But the good thing about the beauty of adding the 3,000 shares up here is that even if I am wrong and I have to cut, like, yeah, I'm going to take a decent loss on those 2,000 shares, but these 3,000 shares, if I add them at 148 and I have to cut them at, 160, it's only 12 cents a share. That's why I'm not adding them here, even though I think it could fail here. I added another 500 at 129 or whatever, but I'm not going to add any more until it gets to, until it flirts with 150 again. I think I traded the wrong stock. I was trading ENVB. Yeah, that one's a little scary for me. But you're good at trading the kind of higher price names anyways. I don't like them when they start getting over 10 bucks. I'll play some, but I don't like them. And if you're in the Discord, I know sometimes on the monthly end of month call, I'll like dig into reports and stuff. I've never dug in with y'all like the price range that I'm good at, but I'm actually better statistically at stocks under $10 too. So I think there's some confirmation bias there too. I know that because I like under 100 million market cap. And if it's $10, $20 and it's under 100 million market cap, there's a good chance that it's a very low float. And it makes sense because, like, let's just say a stock is 5 million market cap and then you divide that by, let's say 20, that means that there's only 250K float. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Or let's just say $10 is 500K float. So if it fits my market cap criteria and it's plus $10, there's a chance that the float's too small, and it'll just start skipping numbers sometimes, especially on these initial pops like this, where just a bunch of people are piling in. It'll go from like 10, 11, 15, 20, and it's just like, oh my God. All right, well, I like where it's at, and 7:30 is in 2 minutes, so there's a good chance we get some money rotation away. It didn't break new highs. It's just hanging out in this level. 7:30. We need a hero. Who wants to be our hero today? Who wants to steal attention away? Whatever happened to NXDR? Didn't really keep pushing, but it's just kind of hanging out in that level. Is there something at 240? No, I already looked. I think. Oh, there is. This. I thought I drew a line here. So it's kind of hanging out at the top of this one. Anyways, I promise I'll cover the scanner and stuff in just a second. Just want to keep my eye on this one, because when I'm gonna dig in, I'll go into the configurations and stuff and show you exactly how I have it set up. I have a little bit tighter parameters. That's why I don't get all these alerts, but like sometimes y'all name some stocks that's not on my radar. One, I think Trade Idea does occasionally miss some, and two, I do have my parameters set where, certain criterias, but it's not super strict. I think it does miss some sometimes though, or a decent amount sometimes. So don't push up now, right a minute before 7:30, please. Because if it breaks above 133, I'm gonna consider that pretty bullish. Okay, new news is coming out. Oh, I'm seeing some good stuff too. AI bio low float HCTI. There we go. Push. Push. Wanted to steal attention away. Oh, and DFLI has some pretty good news too, a partnership news. DFLI. It's not really doing anything though. Come on, HCTI push. Getting a little bit of a red candle here, but really want to see HCTI break new highs. Dang, looks like it's gonna give it all back. $7 million float, trash company. I probably should have just played this one, honestly, instead of being a cheerleader for it. Good, we're getting some flush here. Maybe there's something else moving that I don't see. Man, the HCTI, I thought it might push a little more on that news. Healthcare Triangle signs advance agreement for the acquisition of next generation AI customer engagement business, on track to generate 34 million in revenue. But no, it's dying. Uh-oh. Well, I'm in the money now, but I really just think it's gonna make its next leg down at some point. But if it keeps hanging out, like I said, the longer they hang out, the less my confidence is in these tickers. So, but all good. I'm only in 2,000 shares, and if it wants to retest 150, I'm gonna add 3,000 shares up there. I think I already have them waiting too. Do I? No, I better set them up. Starting to think it might get up there again. Yeah, I was hoping HCTI would push a little harder. Here we go. We might get it. Guys, be careful with market orders on TZ. I entered 1,000 shares, and the price was 740 yesterday, and it's showing 6. That's weird. Yeah, I don't really use market orders though. Yeah, this thing is back bullish now. Still a little annoyed because I got in too early. But all good. I made a little profit on it, but not as much as I'd like. But yeah, I think we're gonna get a retest here. So I got my orders waiting. Here it goes. Bro, if it doesn't go all the way up. My first entry is at 145. If I don't get another fill, I'm gonna be upset. Oh my gosh. I needed to get my average up. That was the chance, but it's a good sign. Again, the move's not over. It could push back up and hit it, but if we're doing all this, I would have liked it just to go a few cents higher to get my, because I have 1,000 at 145, 1,000 at 147, and 1,000 at 148, and it didn't hit any of them. There it goes. So now I got to stay close to it. If it pushes past one, probably I'll let it play up to about 160 probably. But if it breaks new highs, that's not going to be a good sign. Because I'm going to have less faith in money rotation. You know what I mean? Because it's sustaining gains. money rotation works kind of the best whenever things don't, keep pushing and breaking new highs. That's if they start getting like serious momentum, the money rotation doesn't work as good. So let's see what it does around these levels. Not concerned yet, but if it breaks over 150, I'm probably gonna have to start trimming out of this position. I'm back. I already been adding in the 140s too with just like small share counts because I wasn't confident it was going to get up to 150. So I'm already back up to 4,900 shares. Average is a lot better, but still a little heavy. I'd like to see it break under that 9 though, I can tell you that. The 9 moving average, the pink one or purple. But like someone said earlier, with this size float, they tend to grind a little bit more. I'm actually excited to see a decent float though, because I'm not too concerned with this one running against me. But my favorite size is like 7 to 15 million. That's about my favorite. 24, I do like these, but they do tend to not give it back as quick, like was mentioned earlier. We need a low float to just start running. Let me know if y'all see anything else though. Something randomly will pump here. Didn't know I'd be playing this one all morning. Well, I guess not all morning, but I've been in it for 40 minutes, it feels like. Oh, ATMC has had a halt. Yeah, people playing these as went from 15 to 120. Yeah, that's wild. And then it halted. Ooh, that's scary. So let's see what it does here. Like I said, not super confident in it, so I'm still playing it because I think it could fail, but my confidence, like I said, the longer they sustain like this, the lower my confidence is. Dang, it can't break that 9. It's riding the 9. Dang. There we go. See if we get a little bit of, if it flushes back to VWAP, I'm going to trim most of my size out because I'll be in the money. Beat was a Reddit meme stock not too long ago. Maybe that's a factor. I don't know. Maybe. If it has like a cult-like following, maybe. Dang, I'm seeing some big orders on the bid too. I'm seeing 100K. Somebody who does not want this to drop. $118K on the bid. If it breaks through this, that'll be a good sign. Now the ask, at least, well, it busted through the ask. Still on the 1 minute. I've been playing this one on the 1 minute. It's been telling a little bit better story though. Because up here it just looks like it's just hanging out, but pull up the 1 minute, you see it's see what it's struggling around. Bro, I've been in this ticker too long. I better make money on this one. I'm currently green on it, but if this thing pushes past 150, I'll be red. Probably not bad, but probably be down $400 or $500 on it. I like that it looks like it's kind of getting stuck under the 9 now, though. Let's see. 7:45. Did we get any new news? It's kind of a weird time, but sometimes we'll get some news. Yeah, we did. But BRAG, it doesn't look like it was relevant news. BRAG. No. Okay, there we go. Back in the money. So I'm just, I was waiting for just a nasty flush. I don't know if we're gonna get that, so I'm just trimming some here. There we go. So I'm back to just, somehow I got 1,900 shares. I usually trim in 500 increments. Not really sure how that happened, but somewhere I messed up. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Patient paid off. I'm trimming a lot of my position out. Again, it all starts with just getting a good average. If I would have, my average would have been closer to 150, I would have been like stress free through this whole thing, but I got in a little too early on that pop. I'm completely out of it. So now it will flush. But so I'll tell you my thesis on why I'm out now. It's been fighting for a good 47 minutes, I think. Yeah, it popped at 7. So I'm not convinced it's going to give us a nasty flush until maybe 8 o'clock, 8:30. It could right now. Usually that's what happens when I close, but I made not that great on this, to be honest, but I'm green on it. Um, so I'll wait and re-add if it gets back up to this 150 level, but there is a good chance it could flush without me now. Did not play out how it wanted to, but green's green. I'll take it. All right. AHT. Not interested. Yeah, BEAT is a trash company. How did you feel when OCG went up to 11 when we saw it at 3 yesterday? Yeah, I was talking about it a little bit in the Discord. That was crazy. OCG yesterday. It's not the first time I've seen these crazy plays like this, but I'm glad I wasn't in it. That was a crazy move up though. But again, Hong Kong low float. I think this one was pretty low float. I do remember it was Hong Kong though, so it's I get Hong Kong's not Chinese, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Hong Kong is just as sketchy as Chinese place. So they tend to do questionable things like this. All right, I'm not in any plays, and it's a little before 8, so I'll show you. So well, let's start with Stock Titans. So I'll pull it over here for you. So my settings are pretty simple for it. I turned the sound off. That's why we don't get the sound alerts anymore. But the only thing I have is like the market cap. I have it under 100 million, and then exchanges, NYSE, NASDAQ, and I think that's it because I allow all the floats. And then I want the AI interpretation on so I can read it really quick. But basically, that's all I do. And then I give this a filter, very generic, filter 1. And, you know, whenever the news comes in, click it, read it, review it. The reason I like the AI, because a lot of times y'all probably hear me give just a quick recap. This is why, because the AI will tell you the positives of this news, the negative of this news, and it gives you like a quick little summary. And again, I'm not an affiliate with Stock Titan. They don't have affiliates, I don't think. They didn't answer my email when I sent it to them. But it's still, I really like it. Very quick news, very quick news. And then the two main filters for so the main filters I use is the 200. So here's a perfect example. My 200 SMA test, because that's why I got excited about these entries at 150 and see how I got an alert. And I'll go over this one first. So configuration real quick. I have it set up, and I'll share these with y'all if y'all want them. Like anybody that reaches out, I'll share it with you. 50 cents to $15. I want it up at least 20% from close. I want to see at least 100,000 volume today. And if it gets within 4% of the SMA, I want to get an alert. And I have this one set for 200,000 instead of 100, because y'all know I bounce back between 100 and 200. And then let me know if y'all see anything. 7:51 is kind of a weird time, so probably not. But and just so y'all know, if BEAT gets back up to this level, I'm gonna play it again. And then for the just the normal stock alert one, I have it set up 90 cents to 15. All it has to be up is 15%. I want to see at least 15,000 shares traded on that 1 million. See, I don't have a total volume today, but I do want there to be at least 15,000 shares traded on the last 1 minute candle. And that's kind of it. But the weird thing about, so like if you, the SMA one, just real quick, you have to also change the, what is it? For both of them, you have to select new high, pre-market high, and percentage up for the day, and you add those in here. But what, there's something else. Oh, so I forget where you add the 200 part at though. Let's see. Oh yeah, alerts. I think it's been so long since I configured this. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But anyways, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I probably didn't explain it very well. But yeah, it's strange. I like how you have your setup with the color coding, and I should do that too with float size. When it's under 1 million, like make it red or whatever, because you can really customize. Um, yeah, I did a very poor explanation with that. I'm kind of nervous in the background. I don't want to miss a play. So let me go back to configuration. So what are the ones I add to it? Is it columns? Yeah, so visually, so I'll see every time something pumps, I want to see the price, the change from close, the volume today, the flow held by insiders and held by institutions. So these are the ones I add that I want a visual of. And if you want the settings, just use my link and affiliate and reach out to me. Yeah. And even if you don't use my link, I'll send it to you, but I appreciate if you use my link. And I'll send you the files so you can just like copy and paste. Well, not copy and paste, but it's like it's like a cloud document or something. I don't know. And I have used quite a few of them. Like what was that Mometrics one? And there's another one saved on my home screen that I used previously. Scans with a Z. And a couple other ones, and I like Trade Ideas the best. It's just more customizable. Like you can even do like top and tail alerts, or you know the SMA when it gets up to the SMA. A lot of them you can't get that granular. And I prior to this Discord, I didn't trade much intraday. I would just wait for like 200 SMA alerts, and then I would jump in the market because that was like one of my favorite setups. But I trade a little more intraday now. But anyways, enough about that. I think the easiest thing is if you get it, just reach out and I'll send it over to you. And you just got to play around with it. Let's see. Why don't you use the MACD? I don't like a lot of indicators. I think indicators bog you down personally. This is a lot for me. And again, that's just my thesis. I'm not saying it is for y'all. I can, kind of tell looking at it whenever it flips to downtrend. I just don't like a lot of chaos on my charts. I'm under that belief that a lot of indicators are distracting. Now, I could be wrong. Like I said, we all trade differently, but I've noticed it was weird because when I used to say that, I always felt like I was alone on an island because a lot of people use a bunch of indicators and stuff. But I noticed a lot of these traders, these solid traders that have like interviews on whether it's Words of Wisdom or Chart Fanatics or whatever, they kind of live by the same thing too. They don't like getting too bogged down with too many indicators. If it works for you, keep it. But I just don't like a lot of stuff on my charts. I trade like a caveman though. I trade on my phone. Last year, I didn't even use VWAP. I just had moving averages. So if that tells you anything, keep it super simple. I don't even have volume on my profile, like on my chart. You know what I mean? Dang, I really kind of wish I would have took an entry up here at 1:30 now because it's about to be 8 o'clock. If we get a good push, I missed a lot of y'all's questions. I'll try to answer it in the next couple minutes before 8 o'clock. Is this a foreign market? No. Um, what do you select for alert areas? That's the tricky part with trade ideas. It's strange. I know you're in the group. Shoot me a message and we can dig into it a little bit more. What's your biggest gain? I really don't even know. I'm more of a base hit. I don't have any like massive gains, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I was looking through some of my unrealized gains. I think like 9,000 something was my biggest. I don't think I've ever had a 5-figure day. I think 9,000 was the biggest. So, did you trade flush the price? I don't really know what that means. Oh, that's for Saber. Cost per month for trade is, I think it's about $100. Did you trade your way up to 25K for PDT or did you work other jobs and save? I lost $50,000. I borrowed money. That's what kind of a degenerate I am. So I had a 25K account, blew it up, playing the long side. Had another 25K account, blew it up, I think with options. And then I borrowed. Man, how things have changed. But I borrowed some money, yeah, for the last 25K, and then I got into short selling. Oh, like loans and stuff. Full degenerate mode. And then my career started taking off. The reason I laugh at it now is because like I got a really good W-2 now, and I got real estate passive income coming in now. So like I wouldn't have to resort to that today, but when I first got into trading, I had to. But yeah, but the 25K, yeah, I mean again, I've always tried to in the last ever since the brain injury, maybe 5 or 6 years, I've held pretty good jobs, so I was able to like save up the money and trade it. But the last one, I actually had to like take out a loan.
APVO. GWAV.
Man, I'm tempted to. If something else runs, I might try to get back into BEAT since it's kind of struggling here. I mean, it's still in kind of a bullish trend though, but I'm probably jumping in too early, but I want to try to get it back in this one. Small, I got in at 132. See if it struggles to get over the 9. If it gets over one, actually I don't know. I jumped in too early. Definitely jumped in too early, but it's only 1,000 shares. So I'm gonna add some more.
AHT.
Oh, AHT's pushing again. Oh no, it's not. Dang. Yeah, I honestly don't know why I jumped in right there, but only 1,000 shares. But yeah, so if this one pushes back to 150, do y'all see anything else moving? MENTS. MNTS. Ooh. We're going up to a previous pop. I'd really like to see it get up to about this $1 level, 104. One level, but I don't know if it's going to do that. I might have missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna let this one push a little bit more because
ENVB.
it's not up that much. But I added a little bit more for BEAT. I think it's gonna give up eventually. I could be completely wrong, guys. But I'm in 2,000 shares now. I need something to steal its attention though, so I'm being a little aggressive without something stealing its attention. Because it is decent news. The FDA, and that's what I was saying from the beginning. FDA news, clearance news tends to hold up at times, but also 7 o'clock news tends to not hold up. And it's a big float, so I thought it might not get as much attention as it deserves. So we'll see. But I added a little bit more at 136, I think. And then if it gets over 140, I'm gonna cut and then just add heavy at 150. Dang, and nothing's holding up. That's the problem. There really hasn't been any solid distraction since this play started. I'm new to this page. I don't understand how you're trading before market open. Bro, like I don't mean this in a bad way, but like you're a super beginner mode if you don't understand that. So you just need to do a little research, see how the markets work. How long you been trading? I don't know. I'm in the money about 80 bucks on it now. But I'm gonna wait to see if it flushes a little more. Uh I don't know, honestly. I think about 6-ish years, 7 years. Only been profitable 6 years. I've been profitable the last 3 years. When I found the short side. T-Mac, Matt Black. No, yeah, yeah. Like I said, not to be. That's just. Oh, let's see if we get a flush here. Again, not trying to be rude, bro. Like it's just like that's a very beginner question. Just dig in to see how the markets work. You can trade before pre-market. I don't really know how to explain it. You can trade uh, outside of market open. I trimmed it back down to 1,000 shares at 127. So I'm only in 1,000 now because I'm just not that confident it's going to flush. And I'm up $120 on it, so I just took $60 off the table in profit, and I'll just hold these last 1,000. Because again, I think it might flush, but until something steals its attention, I'm not super confident. There we go. MNTS is retesting. No, good. Good. Yeah, no, you can just trade outside those hours. Oh, let's go. I know y'all probably thought I was crazy on that ad. And I'm out at 123. Maybe made a couple $100 on those 2,000 shares I just added, but it could flush more, but I guarantee if we look at the 1 minute, it still looks pretty bullish. Yeah. So made a little money on it, but for how much time this is wasted. But yeah, I'm a short seller. If you're new to it, short selling is. I wish I would have discovered it early in my career. It would have saved me a lot of pain, a lot of blown up accounts. Like I said, I lost 50K before I was profitable. And it was 50K I didn't have, because a lot of y'all know my story with a brain injury. It's not like I couldn't even hold a job. I was working as like a jet ski tour guide. I was helping other brain injury people. So I used to have a nurse. Well, I mean, I still have my nursing license, RN license, but I couldn't go back because I was too forgetful. After my brain injury, I had really bad short-term and long-term memory issues. I lost, I don't remember 5 years of my life. So I couldn't hold a job very well. Anything moving? Yeah, watch the T-Mac. Watch the and I'll do a full video on it one day. But when the Friendly Bear interviewed me, I covered it a little bit, but not in details. But yeah, no, pretty dark chapter. Pretty dark chapter. I was in an long story short, I was in an accident and had a pretty bad brain injury, and then like forgot like the last 5 years of my life. Unfortunately, those last 5 years, I met my wife. That's when I became an RN, a nurse. So I forgot like my education. So they always say this joke, it's pretty lame, but you know how they say nobody can take your education away, but the brain injury can, because I forgot everything. So I just don't remember those 5 years of my life. And I was in cognitive therapy for like over a year, cognitive behavioral therapy, because it was a frontal lobe injury. So my personality changed. I used to have a hard time controlling my emotions. That's why when y'all say things on the live stream about you keep your cool, whatever, like if y'all only knew, it was a battle to get here. So yeah. The brain injury was probably like 9 years ago. Yeah, about 9 years ago. It's crazy to say now. It seems like it was yesterday. And I'm 33. I saw that question too. But yeah, again, and not to get, I don't try to be this like overly motivational guy, because I'm by nature a dark person. I hate that I'm this way, but I am. I have to really like, make myself like pray and do affirmations and, try to find the positive things in life. And I notice the more I do that, the more I see it. But that was a very dark chapter. But again, I try to use, just like my 75K blow up, short selling, just learn from these experiences, you know what I mean? So bounce back stronger. So that's what I tried to do, and it's working so far. But it was a rough period. My wife's the OG though. She didn't leave me. I was freaking unstable too. Loose cannon. Strange. That is so true. Brain injuries are weird. Some forget stuff. Some come out knowing how to speak a new language or play a new instrument. Yeah. There's she used to joke around and say I was like a savant. So again, so one of the ways I got that capital to blow up was sports betting. So before sports betting got really big, I found a way to trade these NBA games, And when it was games that didn't have, when it was a night that there wasn't a lot of games, I would cover every lineup. So before they had parameters against this, before it was popular, I would literally bet every lineup. So I would always win. But the problem is if it was a very like typical lineup that a lot of people chose, you know, I would come out on the losing side. But one time, long story short, there was this I can't believe I forgot his name now. I should have got his jersey. And I'm still holding on to 500 shares here. Oh, no, no. Oh, I'm out. Nope, I'm going to miss this move. Never mind. I closed my whole position. But long story short, a backup player hit a game winner. And I had that line up and I won like 12K one night. And that's how we were able to like eat. and, you know, have money. So it was an interesting period in my life. But then they kicked me off the platform. So I'm gonna get a little entry here at 98. Probably jumping in a little early. But I'm gonna play it all the way up to like 105. Can't believe I forgot that backup player's name too. I used to joke around about getting his jersey. I'm like, I'll be the only one that had this dude's jersey. So I added some more I'm going to add some more at 104. This one might push. I probably should do some due diligence on this one before I start adding too much. What did I like about that 105 level? Oh, okay. So yeah, no, it has a little bit of congestion here. So I'll probably play it up until like 110. So my 104 got filled. So I'm in a couple thousand shares now. $24 million float, a disaster of a company. They need cash, high overall offering risk. So yeah, I'll play it up to 109. I'm gonna like kind of slowly scale in, not do what I did last time, get in too heavy too early. So I'm only in 2,000 shares now. I don't know where it's trying to go, so I'm gonna try to slowly scale into this one. And to explain why I drew those levels there, it's just they're not that strong of levels, I will admit. So it's just previously wick down here. So I'm kind of using this as like previous support now turned resistance. But I'm in the money now since we're back under $1. But I'm gonna see if it flushes a little bit. So Omar, there's basically the answer is no. You can't have stops in pre-market and aftermarket. I think there's some platforms that introduced it recently. I don't know how that works, and there's little weird ways you can do things to. I don't know, but long story short, it's not standard to have stops in pre-market or after hours. Yeah, Joey, I saw that in the corner of my eye. I was like, God, I hope it doesn't get there. The 200. Where's BET at? Okay, good. I don't feel as bad that it flushed without me. Because see, it's still kind of keeping this trend. That's what makes me a little nervous about BEAT. Is like I could totally see this one pushing and making its next leg up. It's hung out way too long for my likings. So let's do a little research on MNTS while we're here. So 24 million. Overall offering risk high. Where's the institutional ownership on this one? MNTS. Oh, none. Like 1%. It's another confirmation. It's probably a trash company. Let's see how this one usually performs when it pops. And Land Hacker, I saw your comment in Discord or your message. I'll shoot it over to you. So the last 6 times it's popped, three of the days it had a strong day, 2 of the days it was a fader, and then 1 day it was flat. So this ticker produced 2+ strong sessions and no more than 2 clear faders, so it earns a yellow rating on AskEdgar. So this one seems to, it can hold its gains historically. But Joey mentioned there's a 200 up here at 146. I hope it doesn't get there because I'm in a little early. I'll have to cut it, but we'll see. If it breaks above 110, I might just get out of it because there's a chance it could go try to attack that. Yeah, MNTS, interestingly enough, a lot of times, because on this AskEdgar, which I have a link in the description for this, if you get their Discord access, it tends to push in pre-market and it'll give it all back, but many times it's like recovered intraday and kept pushing. If you look at its historic chart. But as of right now, I mean, it's honoring these levels. I like to see them flush a little quicker than this, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, so I'm in it. We'll see how it does around these levels. Like I said, I don't think these are like that strong of levels, to be honest. I think it's causing it to slow down here, but like, is this going to prevent it from pushing past 110? I'm not super confident. So that's why I'm only in 2,000 shares. Because I only like adding size at being a discretionary trader, I add size based on conviction. That's why it's really hard to teach, because I don't, it's not like I trade 5,000 every position and I have a 2-to-1 risk to reward and I set it and forget it. That's not how I trade. And no shade to people who do. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should trade more like that. Probably less stressful. But it's, I would have to find a different. I would have to change completely, and I'm not doing that. So look at through the comments again. Let's see. Isn't it amazing how life changes? It is. That has to be uncomfortable and scary, and that's an understatement, my friend. But yes. Are you still stuck in BEAT PR 12, Lewis? Oh, okay. Neath. That's appreciate the insight with how those work. Yeah, let me know if y'all see anything. I'm still in this, but it's trash, to be honest. It's barely moving. It's not even super liquid. Like, we probably will get a flush, but Oh, 16 million shares have been traded on this? It feels like it's not even that liquid. It's just staying in this small little range. There we go. Let's see if it breaks down. It's breaking down. Recovered though. But again, I'm only in 2,000 shares, so I'm just holding. I don't even, did I even look up to see what the news was on this? I'm over here doing all kind of research. I don't even think I looked at the news. U.S. Space Force Shield contract vehicle. I don't even know what that means. But they were selected for the U.S. Space Force Shield contract vehicle. I mean, that actually sounds kind of decent. I'm gonna get out here at 102 break even, and then just hold on to 1,000 just in case this one does push. I don't think the news is that great, but I'm just gonna get my size down. I'm again, if they hang out this long, I start losing interest in them in pre-market. Y'all know I'll be patient intraday on some of these, like backside fades and stuff, but I don't like how it's hanging out. So I'm only in 1,000 shares. We'll see what happens. BEAT pushing back up. Man, I haven't made much today. I feel like I've been trading the whole pre-market. Yeah, I haven't. P&L sad today. And this was a beautiful setup at the 150 level, but I just got in a little too early. Okay, I'm back in it. Oh my gosh. I'm adding, because it's not holding above that level. Oh, let's go. I added quite a bit there. Let's see if it flushes down a little bit, or does it keep pushing? Oh, there we go. Oh boy, let's go. I entered 5,000 shares right there. Come on, drop a little bit more, drop a little bit more, drop. So it broke a new high, but it immediately wicked under it. I like when I see that, just FYI. Oh my gosh. That's what I needed. Let's get a flush to VWAP. I already trimmed some of them because I was in so heavy. And somehow I entered 5,100 shares. Like that 100 and 900 has been off for whatever reason. But regardless. So I had a couple thousand shares waiting there, and then I just was slapping the short button, like just slapping the bid just to get in. Because I had a feeling it would do this. Because I know y'all have heard me talk about strong moves towards the levels. This is a good example. Like when they grind, they make me nervous. But if it's like a insane green candle like this, similar to like the red death candles, the next ones are usually green. Similar to the intense green candles, the next ones usually red as long as the float's reasonable. Like if it's a nano float, you can have parabolic green candle after parabolic green candle. But this is kind of a good example, and it still might keep pushing, but I think it's going to come back to what it's doing right now, give back some before it makes the next leg up. But these unusually aggressive green candles like that, I love. Yeah, appreciate Omar. Yeah, if you learned anything, I appreciate the likes. Y'all know I try to share and talk through everything I'm doing. Goes a long ways. Oh, here we go. Because there's a lot of good learning opportunities on this one about getting in too early and me talking about the slow grinds towards the 200 versus the intense moves like this. Like it's completely, it went right to the what was that, the 200 of the SMA, I think it was 153. Yeah, and then the EMA. And this kind of goes back to what we talked about on our monthly end of month call too, stacking resistance levels. Because you can see there was a little bit of, I don't know, something here where it's previously wicked down. So a little bit of support here. $1.50 is a psychological level, and we have all these moving averages up here. So there's a lot for it to get through at that level. I'm out of most of my shares too. I'm just saving the, oh, here we go, we're dropping. I was saving the rest for when it gets a little closer to VWAP. And I'm out at one. My 133 didn't get filled, so I moved it to 134. So I probably got out a little too soon. But I was in pretty heavy. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. Seems like a slow day and attention is focused on a couple stocks. Yep, I agree. Guys, give the stream a like. I second that. Did you wait for a wick to form before getting in? So I already had a couple thousand orders waiting up here because I knew this was going to be a strong level. And again, double-edged sword. Some people will tell you I'm a lunatic for doing that because it could keep pushing. And now I got to feel, you know what I mean? So I I will have orders waiting on areas that I am confident could fail. So I had orders waiting right here. Then I think it was only 3,000 orders I had at 145, 147, and 148. Let me check. Yeah, so I had 3,000 orders right here waiting. Then, as soon as I saw it wick back down, I've seen this move so many times, you know what I mean? Where it like tries to break through and immediately wicks back down, and then I just started slapping the bid. So I was adding, you know, at 146, 145, because I just wanted a bigger position because I thought it was going to do this. And then just wrote it down. Dang, I forgot I was in MNTS. So I had an order at 109. So I'm in 2,000 shares now. But if it breaks over, like, what is this? If it breaks a new high, I might just get out of it. Because it's, again, it's hanging out a little too long for my. This is why I ended up trimming out 1,000 shares at break even earlier, because a lot of these tickers, I don't like when they hang out this long. And the news is like, they're selected for U.S. Space Force Shield contract vehicle. It sounds kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like I could see people thinking this is good news. See, I'm about to get out of it. Dang. So I'm out of it. I just don't want to be on it if it pushes. So my next level that I'm interested in is up here at 146 where the 200 comes into play. I hope it gets up here. I'll add some size, but anything else moving? What time is it? Oh, 8:30. Did we get any 8:30 PRs? It's 8:32. JFBR had some news. Oh, we're at the 200 right here. It's just a little baby pop, but it's in a downtrend. Might could get in that thing, keep riding it down. I don't know. It's not up enough for my typical play, so I'm probably gonna pass on it. VNTG had some news. Nothing. Man, MNTS, I'm glad I got out. It's still pushing. So yeah, if it gets to this 146, 150 level, I'm gonna be interested in it. What scanner do you use? Trade Ideas. Link in description for it. I already had a breakdown of my scanner. I can't do it twice on the same live. But yeah, I use Trade Ideas. And if you are interested, I'll send my configuration. Yeah, I feel like we didn't have a lot of plays today. Like I did decent on BEAT, luckily because of how it played out the second time. But I've only played 2 tickers, and that's not very many for me. Thanks, because I put float under 20 million and price under 20. Well, so both these 2 plays, the float's over 20 million. So you already eliminated both these plays. Both of them have floats that are like 22 million and 27. I don't limit the float. I base it on like the market cap. And again, set it up how you want, but bigger floats on these smaller market caps, they don't really intimidate me. I actually kind of like the bigger floats because I know long momentum traders probably don't get as man, look at this flush. I've been back in the money. But I mean, they're just not as fun to pump. I know when I was trading long momentum, I liked, the nano floats. So I kind of like the bigger floats because unfortunately they don't fade as smoothly, but um, I don't have to worry about them like ripping my face off. Because again, with short selling, you can see most all these fade. It's easy to make money short selling. I shouldn't say easy. It's not easy. It's easier for me to make money short selling. Um, but the thing you have to watch out for is these tickers that have nano floats or a ticker that has really high institutional ownership. They have the float locked up running against you. So I don't limit the float size. Like I don't want it to be like over 50 million or anything like that, but I like the bigger floats because I know they're not going to, less likely to just completely run against me and have trouble getting out of it. Yeah, no problem. But I like them under 200 million market cap. Um, and well, like I said, I already showed this earlier, but since you asked, I forget what my settings are. I just have 90 cents to 15. And I do it based on, it has to be up at least 15% from close the previous day, and it has to make at least a 15% move in a 1 minute candle. So where it says change 1 minute, I have it 15. And then it has to have 15,000 shares traded in that 1 minute volume, in that candle. So basically what I'm looking for is an intense one candle move. That's what strikes my attention. Any volume you care about? Yeah, I like to see it over 100K volume in total. I have that for my 200 SMA test. I don't have volume for the pre-market one just because I want to see all of them, even if it's before it has 100,000 volume, just so it's on my radar. But the 200 SMA test, if it doesn't have 400, if it doesn't have 100,000 volume on it, I'm usually not interested in it because it's already at its area it might fail at. So this is, we're getting to the time that I usually slow down trading. Unfortunately, I was hoping MNTS would push a little higher, but I don't think we're going to get that. I'm impressed that this is the only stock we're trading today. I know, Carlos. And the sad thing is, I ended up not making that much on these original move, but did decent on this second move. But if I just would have had a couple more plays today, could have been a good morning. But so I'm sitting at $700.01 on the morning. So again, like I was saying, that's all from, and I took a loss on MNTS. So it's all from BEAT. So I would consider this a weak pre-market morning for me, but considering it was basically only one play, I guess it's not terrible. Yeah, I don't really want to bounce just yet. I was hoping there'd... I'm not taking a trade after 9, but I'm going to hang out a little bit longer just to see if MNTS makes a strong move. Oh, I'm seeing a new news. MODD offering. Let's see if it's tanking. Oh, it's under 50 cents. I can't even trade it. It's not even moving, which is weird. But yeah, I might hang out a tad bit longer just to see if MNTS makes a push, or if BEAT wants to try to break past 150 again. But I'm not going to take any trades after 9. Because like I was showing y'all yesterday, my success rate after 9 is not as good for these pops. If tickers are making new highs after 9 o'clock, they typically keep pushing. VELO from yesterday's moving. Let's see. Yeah, this thing looked bullish though. I'm not too interested in it. It is moving though. Yeah, and that's probably going back to your comment, Carlos. That's probably why BEAT never flushed either, because there was nothing to, for all the newbies on here, again, I don't consider myself that good of a trader. I think there's just an edge in short selling, a massive edge in short selling. And just like I was talking about that example with the sports betting, I'm always looking for holes in the system to exploit. And that's kind of with, not like in a negative take advantage of people kind of way, but like stocks, yeah, where's the hole, where's the gap, and money rotation. So I need to probably make a video specifically about this, but long story short is when something else starts moving aggressively and start stealing attention, you'll notice these other tickers, they just start flushing. Because what I think is happening is there's way more longs than shorts in most of these positions. So they'll start closing out of these positions to chase the new shiny ticker. And sometimes you can see some nasty flushes, or often you'll see some nasty flushes. And we just didn't get that with BEAT. The best was MNTS, and it was still relatively weak. It's pushing new highs, but it's not aggressively running. Mike Alderman, great teaching session. Thanks. Off to the salt mines. Appreciate it, Mike. You live daily? Yeah, Monday through Thursday I'm live. And then I have a little Discord group where we do Fridays in pre-market in the Discord group. And then I do end of day fades on Fridays too, because it's another one of my playbooks. A lot of these runners tend to fade the second half of the day on Fridays because people don't like holding sketchy small caps over the weekend, I think. So you'll see a lot of selling pressure on these, and we try to take advantage of it. I haven't learned from, this is, you learn from Stephen Duck since he also short sells. No, I haven't really learned from any other short sellers. I'm trying to incorporate, well, I shouldn't say that. Friendly Bear has taught me some fundamental stuff. But that's probably one of the few though. I watched that Alex guy a little bit. I've watched Stephen Ducks a little bit. I respect him though. He has like balls of stills with some of these positions he takes. Definitely high respect for him. But I just don't really follow many people. Because I learned this, again, not to like pat myself on the back. I wish I would have had a mentor or somebody like, I try to teach all the things that I wish somebody would have told me in the beginning when I got into short selling, because I learned it the hard way. AREB. But there's some good short sellers out there for sure, and Stephen Ducks is one of them. AREB had some news, but it's not moving. But yeah, I don't follow a lot of people, but next year, like I said, as I'm trying to move farther away from my W2, I'll start trying to be more active on X and see what other traders are doing and things like that. Because I know there's more I can learn. But yeah, Friendly Bear is probably who I learned the most from on his YouTube videos. So it was cool when he asked to do a podcast interview. I was pretty excited about it. Man, there's nothing, but you can tell I don't want to bounce. That's why I'm still hanging out. I want to see if BEAT makes one more push up. I want to play it one more time, but again, it is kind of in a uptrend now, so it might break through these levels at some point, but as of right now, I'm not very convinced. You weren't kidding about being dark, the desktop wallpaper. Uh, yeah, it's I don't really know how to explain it. It's not like I'm dark, because I try to see the glass half full as much as I can, but it's a dark world sometimes. Try not to focus on the negatives. It's easy to do that. I notice a lot of people because I manage a lot of people for my day job. Y'all know I lead I lead retail for a cannabis MSO, multi-state operator. So there's quite a few people that report to me, and I just notice I'm like, man, y'all are a lot of people have that woe is me mentality. So I try to make sure I don't have that. But it's easy to be that way sometimes. Dang, I was hoping for something else to push. Oh, dang, MNTS ended up flushing. I got out for a loss on this one. Not bad. I lost a couple hundred on it, but nothing crazy. But it ended up flushing. IRBT, dang it, I wasn't even looking. I bet it is it still pushing? IRBT. Ooh, and it went right to that level. I don't know what that level is I drew, but it went to it. Let's see. IRBT. Let me grab some locates on it. I'm probably gonna be too late. Okay, I got some locates. I don't want to jump in too early though, because it seems to be pushing back up. So I'm gonna try a few shares on it. What is that level? Oh, that's a 200. I like that. Oh, and it previously popped to this level. So yeah, I'm in it now. Only small because I wasn't. Oh, is this a third day? No, this is a fourth day. So first day, second day, third day, fourth day. Okay. Yeah, I like this level. That's the 200. It struggled with it previously. See, I remember trading this one. iRobot. I made a killing on this drop. A lot of y'all remember this in the Discord. So this level that I just entered at is a 200, and all intraday it was struggling to get above it. So I'm in it at 425, only 500 shares, but because I wasn't that confident. Now I'm more confident in that level. So if it pushes back up there, I'll add a little more. Next entry is 429 if it gets up there. If not, I'm just going to hold on to these, see if it fades back to $4. ONMD just posted a PR, but I don't think it's going to move it. ONMD. No. Yeah, I didn't get the best entry on this one. I just wanted to get in it because, again, y'all know I like the intense, strong green candles up. I don't like the slow grinding action. I like these intense move towards the level. So I'm in it. It's flushing now. I'm going to try to hold it to about the VWAP, which is about, what, 402? Thank y'all for putting that on my radar, guys. I didn't even see it. But yeah, I would have added more size if I would have known, because this is that level. It literally struggled all day that day trying to get through it. This one bailed me out too. That's probably my biggest win of the week because I was in 11,000 shares for this drop. Oh no, bro, I fat fingered locates on ENVB for $42 T-Mac. Dang, bro. They give you 72 cents back. Oh, that hurts, man. Dang. Dang, TradeZero usually give you a better rate than that. Especially on a ticker that's probably getting a lot of requests. Dang, bro. Yeah, Neith, you can resell your shares to TradeZero. Usually they give you a little bit better than that, but they did T-Mac dirty. Again, I'm just holding on to this one, seeing if it flushes. I was hoping for a quicker flush, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. In the money, because like I said, I got in at 425, small, only 500 shares because I wasn't confident yet. But now I wish I would have added more because I think this is a very strong level, the 434 level. ADVB. ADVB. Oh, we're getting a little push here. Retest. I might try this one. Let's see. ADVB. How much is it up? Oh yeah, it's up a decent amount. And it struggled to hold above that level, so I'll take a little stab here. No research on it, so let me do a little research on it. ADVB. Dang, this is a tiny company. 8 million market cap, 3 million float, decent fundamentals, but I took a little stab at it at 52 cents. So let's see if it flushes here. $2,000 shares, only put 2,000 shares in, but it's flushing. Let's go. A little bit of a retest. So I want to have this one in IRBT pulled up. Is robotics going to be active today? I think both these are robotics plays. Or no, advanced biomed. This is a biotech. Never mind. Getting a little flush on ADVB. Same thing with IRBT. There we go. Both of them are falling. I like seeing this. I'm out. It hit my 406 on the flush, so I'm out of IRBT at 406. Trimmed half my position on ADVB. Didn't make hardly anything at 48 cents. But I'm hanging on to these last 1,000 just to see if they flush. I'll probably wrap up after this play. Moon market's pumping that one. Which one? ADVB? If IRBT, I need to, it's almost 9, so never mind. But I like to stop at 9. And that's only 4 minutes away, so I don't know if I'm going to try to get any more entries. I might add more to ADVB here, and I'll just stop out if it gets over, if it breaks a new high. Some of Moon Market's pumps lately have been kind of weak. P&L today. Oh, here we go. We're getting a little flush. There we go. Cool. Again, I'm not in very big, so I'm not gonna make that much on it, but I like to see it flush. P&L today. Oh, let me pull it up. 1,013.87. Nothing crazy. Again, mostly from BEAT. Made a little IRBT. Made a little here on ADVB, and lost a little on, what was that one? I don't know. MNTS, I think is what it was called. So it looks like I'll be trading intraday. And I will be doing after hours. Actually, I made most of my money yesterday. Or not most, but I made a good chunk of it yesterday after hours. So I'll do another after hours session today in the Discord. Kind of a Discord exclusive. But yeah, we had 3 nasty flushes yesterday. Yeah, I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna bounce because it's 9 o'clock. But RETO, look at this one after hours, guys. Whew. And then there's there's 2 other ones. I just remembered this one because I held it. Ended up getting out right here because I struggle holding these plays. Thought it might bounce here, so I got out at 4. But there's a few other plays in after hours yesterday. I like the early pops, and these were super early, right at 4. So I'm gonna try. We'll do another session this evening at 4. But on that note, guys, only play I'm currently in is where's it at? Is ADVB. I'm gonna casually keep an eye on it. I'm only in a couple thousand shares. I want to see if it flushes. I know Moon Market's pumping this one, so if it breaks a new high, I'll get out. But I think there's a chance it could flush. And if I don't get that flush soon, I'll just probably get out at VWAP. But on that note, guys, appreciate the likes, appreciate y'all hanging around. And if you want to participate more, there we go. We're getting a little flush now. I'm probably just going to close out here so I can just wrap up my day. So I'm out of it at 46 and some change. But yeah, if you want to learn more, feel free to. So now I'm a little over 1100 on the morning, which isn't that great of a morning, but you know, blessed to be able to say that, I guess, because that's still solid. But was hoping for a little more excitement. But if you want to learn more, the Discord is available. If not, I'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, BBGI. Why are you going to throw something on my radar? Saber. BBG. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll pass on it. But anyways, see y'all tomorrow.